GG's, Dundadas, hyenas, scuba divers who learn from scuba. Steve was criminating y'all, Dundadas. How about Luther King X? Don't forget the Kennedy doing his minimum march right here on YouTube. Dundada, we conducting ourselves the most highest. Dundada, life's what you make it. Can't love it, can't hate it. It's gonna be simply what you make it. Dundada, we're in the elevator. Who's elevator? Dundada, God's elevator. Dundada, on our way up, GG. That's just what it is, bro. God chose you because he knew he could trust you, Dundada. You God's best kept secret, Dundada. You heard? Hyenas, ow. Yeah, so we did a segment on Wayne Perry, Dundada, and then we seen Teflon, the name Teflon Don come on, the Teflon Sean come up, Dundada, and did my little home run, Teflon Sean, Dundada, and you know what I'm saying? We got a little, you know what I'm saying, acquainted with who he is, Dundada, and him and Alpo, Dundada, they had their little, you know what I'm saying, back and forth or whatever the case may be, Dundada, but I think him and Wayne Perry made each other in jail, whatnot, Dundada, and it is what it is, bro. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think him and Wayne Perry was close. But we don't know what I'm saying? It is what it is, bro. It is what it is.
You get like 6, 7 20s out of it. Mm-hmm. So that's what I was doing. I was like flipping my money that way with him. I met Lou Demisio like around the maybe the mid part of 85, late 85, going into 86.
Taco got locked up, I want to say 87. And while Taco was locked up, I met a New York cat named Lou Hobbs in Demisio.
Mm-hmm. I met Lou Demisio like around maybe the mid part of 85, late 85, going into 86.
Taco got locked up.
And ain't Demisio wait a minute. He said that he met Demisio, but ain't Demisio the nigga that Wayne Perry happened to pop in the park? In the park. So what the heck? But he met Wayne Perry too.
I want to say 87. And while Taco was locked up, I met a New York cat named Lou Hobbs in Demisio. Mm-hmm. And you know, they kind of put a little more than what Taco was giving me in my hands. They trusted me with a little more because they didn't have no way to get rid of it. And they was in a hood where I kind of like, you know, was respected a lot in that hood. So you only right for these guys coming out of town to get with somebody that got, you know, this respect in the hood. So I was him. And they trusted me, man, with a little bit more than what, you know, Taco was able to get. And that's how our relationship kind of like it formed that way.
Once I got introduced to Lou, I told him what I was trying to do. He gave my first kid coke, man, at 16.
Let's say, for instance, I get 1,000 grams. You know what I mean? It may take me 3 weeks.
So Apple was saying that he's fraudulent, He's fraudulent, He wasn't making no money, He's fraudulent. That's what Apple was saying.
You know what I mean? They move 1,000 grams. Right. But, and I might see, after I, you know, pay my man, but I might see like 13 grams off of it, right? But if I got that hammer in my hand, and a person say, man, I need a house painted. Right. You know what I mean? And I go up on the roof and paint the house, I might see 20 grand.
When I first got the joint, we broke it down 36 ounces, man, and we sold every motherfucking ounce. We rocked up every ounce and got 120s out of it, right? You know, he gave me a kid coke for 16,000. We break the motherfucker down 36 ounces, chop every motherfucking ounce up 100 rocks. We getting $2,000 off each ounce. You know what I'm saying? So we getting 72,000 off a kid coke back then. This is like, and this was the 80s. You see what I'm saying? So 72,000 for a motherfucker at 16 years old was a lot of money back then. And all I gotta do is give him 16.
I made money, man, pushing work. You know what I mean? But I made a lot more money with that hammer.
You know, my little stuff, we doing numbers like that 3, maybe 4 times a week.
Live. Apple saying that, yo, the nigga wasn't making no money pushing no work. He should have been telling the truth. Wade Perry said that he ain't really like selling work. He couldn't make either. It wasn't his thing. And Apple saying that, yo, that Branch is lying, that he's lying, he just manipulated the scene.
It may take me 3 weeks, you know what I mean, to move 1,000 grams.
My little circle, we doing numbers like that 3, maybe 4 times a week.
It may take me 3 weeks to move 1,000 grams.
We doing numbers like that 3, maybe 4 times a week.
And I might see, after I, pay my man, but I might see like 13 grand off of it, right?
We getting
Yo, he said it takes him 3 weeks to sell 1,000 grams. That's fucked up. Then they said like he does that shit like 3-4 times a week, but it takes 3 weeks. That's different. That's it, but it takes 3 weeks. But you doing that 3 to 4 times a week?
72,000 off a kid's coat back then.
And I go up on the roof and paint the house. I might see 20 grand.
We getting 72,000 off a kid's coat back then.
I made a lot more money with that hammer. After I, pay my man, but I might see like 13 grand off of it, right?
We getting 72,000 off a kid's coat back then.
What they doing to my boy, the daughter? They trying to say my boy is fraudulent. The daughter, what the hell? This ain't, what the heck?
I go up on the roof and paint the house. I might see 20 grand.
We getting 72,000 off a kid's coat back then.
I made a lot more money with that hammer.
Talk about DC. A lot of names ring bells, and one of them is Rayful Edmond.
How was your relationship with Ray? Because I know you was real tight with Ray, like before he did. How was the relationship with Ray?
Like I told you, the temptation. You got people every day, different people coming to me trying to hook up drug deals, and this is something that I can do and I know how to do.
The relationship, we had a little brother, big brother relationship.
This was like a big brother to you at one point.
He was a mentor.
You knew Rayful Edmond?
Yeah, that was my man. That was like my brother, man.
How did you meet him?
I met him through Taco. Taco introduced him to me.
Taco as well.
Yeah.
And how did your relationship blossom into?
Man, Ray, we was cool, you know what I mean? Ray used to, when I just see him, I go around M Street kicking with him. Ray used to tell me a lot about the game and how to, be smart in the game and maneuver a certain way with a certain level of charisma.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And fortitude in these streets. Rayful was smooth, man. Like, outside the fact of what he did, the foul he did when he went bad and got all these dudes locked up, right? I don't keep saying Wayne. Rayful had a certain way about himself that no matter what he did, the community loved him. The community loved him and they got behind him. You know what I mean? They supported him. They never tell on him about nothing. You know what I mean? And it was because he took.
Can we take Sean Brand's word for it, but you know what I'm saying? Maybe he just got caught up. Maybe he just forgot but damn, that nigga was slipping up like a mug.
He took care of everybody around him. And I love that about him. And it was certain things about his character and his charisma that I wanted to implement in mine as well.
I was on another side of the Northeast than him. So we didn't hang out much, but he used to always pull me up, school me to shit like, man, I see you, this what you need to do, this what you don't need to do. If you do certain things, man, you can get a lot more money. If you cut off certain people and not let certain people, man, infiltrate your circle, you can get a lot more money fucking with me. So, you know what I mean? He put some shit in my hand. He fucked with me on a nice level and put me in a good position. But once I got situated where I can do my own thing, he wasn't trying to, man, give me the product for the ticket that I wanted.
You know the people that he told on?
A few of them.
Did you know some of the people that he ratted on?
It was some guys that he met while he was incarcerated. And when he got that plug with I can't remember the guy's name, man. What's the lady's name?
Damn,
I can't remember her name, but he met her son, and that was the plug, right, from Colombia. But
what the hell, Griselda Blanco?
Some guys that he met in Lewisburg that he did business with.
Yeah, you don't remember Griselda Blanco's name, That's different. And
some other guys outside in the community that he was, reaching out to that I don't know who they were.
Did you know some of the people that he ratted on?
Yeah, I knew probably majority of them, but some of the guys, man, that he told on, man, it was I couldn't believe it, man. You know what I mean? I couldn't believe it, and people try to say it was because he wanted to get his mother out of jail, but I knew different, and I knew it was because that these guys didn't pay Ray. So when he was hitting these dudes with 4 or 5, however many bricks, they wasn't playing fair with them. They wasn't paying them. So, man, he took the sucker route to get back at them dudes and told on them.
People respect them in the street.
You may got some people that do still. You know what I mean?
And did they respect him before back then when he was home?
I think they respected who was around him. You know what I mean? That was protecting them. I don't think that Ray had the level of respect to be able to move in these streets without these dudes. What happened next was I met a LA cat named Roy. LA Roy, while Taco was locked up. That's when I met Roy. And Roy took me to a whole nother level. You know what I mean? He took me to a whole nother level, man, and put me in a position where as though I can eat more, I can live better, and I can eat more. But now, let me go back, because after that body, when I was 17, a whole lot of other things started happening when I picked up that pistol. So a lot of people, they didn't know that I'm hustling too. They didn't know that. They only know about the gunplay side of it, right? So now when I got this work, I was scared to come buy this work from me because they like, man, Sean ain't no hustler. Sean do that.
That's why Alpo was saying like he was no hustler. He didn't but you know what I'm saying? Let's get right.
But they don't know I got this work. So now Taco comes home. So when Taco comes home, I'm in a position to get these birds, right? But I can't sell them. I'm stuck with them. So now I gotta put Taco on the front like, I need you to sell these joints. And then you selling them, I'm gonna make sure I protect it. So a lot of motherfuckers didn't know that I was the one getting the work, giving it to him, but I was also protecting him. You see what I'm saying? So I had to do that because truth be told, and I hate to say this about my man because I love him to death, but he was a sucker.
What the hell?
All the advanced functions. None of the fees.
That's your man's the daughter, but you know what I'm saying? Everything plays out different.
They're known for no type of violence. He would take it from him. You know what I mean? If they could, they would take it from him. You know what I mean? But being as though he got me on his team, you know what I mean? Now, you know what I mean? It's like, nah, we can't f Taco now because Sean gonna come.
Yo. Why you call your man a sucker like that?
Oh, okay.
I mean, like I said, I hate to do that, man, but I mean, it is what it is.
Come on, man.
The way I could protect that is if, you know what I mean, I spark fire to his ass if he tried me. You know what I mean? So I had to kind of like end up being a muscle for my own product.
Where was Demencio at this time?
Demencio and them had left. They had left. I don't know what happened, but when LA Roy came, matter of fact, I think Demencio might have got killed during that time. I think he got killed in 88. He got killed in 87 or 88, something like that.
You sure?
Yeah, it was something like that. 87, 88, I think.
I think they killed in 91. I don't know. No, so
you might be right. You might be right because I had got locked up. So when I was locked up at the time, you're right. It was 90, 91, maybe 92.
Ever had a relationship with Waterhead, Bo?
That's I mean, I didn't have a relationship with him, but you know, by me fucking with LA Roy, you know, I was young, man. So, you know, that's how I met Bo through LA Roy in Melbourne. But a dude named LA Roy from Inglewood, who was a Crip. He from Inglewood, who was a Crip.
But I met this LA dude named Roy. And Roy was he was, I don't know if you probably, I know you're familiar with him, dude named Waterhead, Bo Bennett.
Yeah.
Bo Bennett was like, I guess you could call him the capo of that crew.
Yeah.
And you know, he was hitting Milton Butler, who was hitting Ray.
Right.
Bo Bennett was also hitting Roy, who was hitting me.
Right.
But by me being younger than Ray and not having, you know, as many outlets as Ray to move that weight, I wasn't getting as much. Once I started hanging with Roy real heavy, and he told me that I can make a lot more money with this pistol in my hand, right, than being out there trying to chase a motherfucker around the streets about my money because I gave him some work. So I'm like, all right, well, let me see. And that's when it kind of like changed over for me.
You never had no encounters with Alpo on a personal level out here? Did you encounter him in a club, anything like that? The system, DC jail, Lorden?
I'm gonna tell you this about Alpo, right? I didn't have no personal dealings with him, right, myself, right? But whenever I went around Leonard Poland to see Wayne, I knew Wayne told him who I was, and I knew Wayne told him what I was about.
Right.
So when I pulled up and Poe saw me, Poe would burn rubber. Poe got the fuck away from me because he didn't know what to expect from me. You know what I mean? And like I say,
I would have got the fuck away from you too.
Poe really didn't know that if, you know, somebody wanted me to paint his house, man. Got locked up in 87. I came home in 88. Taco got locked up, I want to say 87. Taco got locked up 87. I got locked up in 87. I came home in 88. And while Taco...
No way, the data. No way, the data. Teflon Sean said, Poe will burn rubber, the data. He'll get out of Dodge, the data. This nigga start hitting. That nigga start this. He'll just flex the data. That's a different type of statement, GG. That's a different type of statement right there.
I was locked up. I met a New York cat named Lou Hobbs in Demisio. Taco got locked up, I want to say 87. I got locked up in 87. I came home in 88. Yeah, maybe a year, a couple months later, and went back in 92.
How hard is it to make that change now? You in prison, there's a lot going on. You Teflon Sean, like, you know, you in there wilding, doing what you do, right. Take care of yourself. Like, how hard is it to turn that switch off and keep it off now?
It wasn't, to be honest with you, it wasn't that hard because I kind of like made my bones, so to speak, you know what I mean, with the homies, with my cop. And I was always one of the ones that whenever something went on with the homies, Sean coming.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm coming and I ain't, you know what I mean, we coming and we coming to do some damage. You know what I mean? Like we not ducking nothing.
Right.
So I kind of like laid that foundation so much so, and I put my footprint so deep in on that compound that now younger homies there, they looking up to me, they respecting me now. I ain't never want to look at myself as no big homie, none of that, because I was still young. But because I did so much in the system, I'm the big homie now. Now I can kick my feet up a little bit. I can put my knife down. I can chill.
Gotcha.
The younger homies gonna take care of everything now for me because they want to earn that respect from me now because it's so all the shit that they heard I did throughout the system.
In Perry's case, for example, he didn't trust Dozier. Okay, and he was put in jail for a short time in Prince George's County. We held him on a really sort of a low-level drug charge in Prince George's County, just while we were getting our ducks in a row to charge him with the big indictment later. And while he's being held in custody in Prince George's County, he has a young man named Sean Branch that comes and visits him in jail. Well, when I saw Sean Branch's name on the visitor's log, because I was, constantly monitoring Perry's activities in prison or jail or wherever he was, I just was like, the hell is he talking to Sean Branch for? Sean Branch was another one of these really sort of prolific killers in D.C. that we had, as a squad, had targeted. What I found out later was that Perry had told Sean Branch that Thomas Dozier needed to be killed, and they could probably get Michael Salter's nephew to do the murder just by telling him that Dozier was the one responsible for Salter's murder. Daryl Salters, who was Michael Salter's nephew, almost within days of that meeting between Sean Branch and Wayne Perry in jail, went to the Benning Road apartment complex that Tom Stozier was living in at the time, and just shot him about 50 times, with an assault rifle.
Who named Dan O'Reilly or something like
Right.
that? Yeah.
Right.
Dude got up there and was fabricating a lot of that information he put out there to the public for public perception of me and Wayne and that whole little crew.
In a nutshell, in the interview, he was saying that Wayne spoke to you when you spoke to Poochie,
right?
So on and so forth, and it was totally fabricated.
Totally fabricated, man. Like I say, Tom was somebody, man, that we all like very well and respected. You know what I mean? Nobody was thinking about bringing Tom no harm under that scope that he put out there, right?
Right.
So I don't know where he got that information from or why he would even put that out there.
You said Agent O'Reilly. You said it earlier. He fabricated the story. What part did he fabricate?
The whole conversation.
Can you bring us back to what he said?
Yeah. He said that I went to see Wayne in Upper Marlboro. And me and Wayne had a conversation about Frey, Michael Frey, and who killed Michael Frey. And that if I told Michael Frey's nephew that some guy named Dozier did it, that we can get Frey's nephew to kill Dozier and get Dozier out of the way for Wayne. That's lies, bro.
But how would he hear that?
That shit crazy, the data. So he knew Wayne Perry, but he said every time that Alpo seen him, he like the data. He used to take flight, but he used to mess with Demetrio too. That's different, the data.
Perry. What was your relationship like with Wayne?
Wayne Perry. How do you have a relationship with Wayne Perry if everybody feared him?
I met Wayne when I got locked up, man.
Wayne still got a lot of love in the city. You know, man, Wayne was cool.
I know you and WP had a relationship, man.
You know, we formed a kind of a bond with each other out of respect. Yeah, we was cool. You know what I mean? We was cool, man. I wouldn't say that was my man and nothing, but
yeah,
you know, it was a mutual level of respect there. You know, I knew how he got down. He knew how I got down, right? And you know, he knows that I'm not gonna hesitate to clear. I'm gonna clean your attic out. You know what I mean? If if you need beat, man, I go your line. I'm gonna clean your attic out. I'm not even gonna play with you. He knew that, and as well as him, but he knew that I'm younger than him, so I'm a little bit more. You know, I'm quick. Yeah. I'm quicker than him. You know?
You said you met Wayne Perry in prison,
right?
What year was that?
That was in, I want to say 89.
You met Wayne Perry on that 25-year bid?
Nah, I met him before that. I met Wayne before that. Before when I went in 88.
Right before I came home, 89.
I went in 88 as a juvenile, and some short shit. And I met him then, and I came home, and he came home after me.
How did you meet him?
I met him through Pop, Shorty Pop.
The beginning, man, Wayne was cool, man. But then, you know, when we got locked up, you know, I started to see, man, animosity coming out of him. You know what I mean? First, when the Washington Post ran an article on me on the front page of the Post. I wish I had it so I could show it to you, my hand. But that's when they labeled me the Teflon suspect, right? And it was a big newspaper spread on the front page of the Post, not the Metro section, but the front page. And I wanted to be clear that I say this all the time. I did not give myself that Teflon name. I ain't do that. I don't nickname myself. You know what I mean? So the Washington Post gave me that name. And when he seen it, and we was on the block together, we was in a hole actually. And when I showed him the paper, I'm like, damn, so you see this shit? You see how these people playing dirty with me? Man, they trying to convict me through the media. And I seen the look on his face like, I'm like, man, you can have this attention. I don't want it. You know what I mean? I'm not the type of motherfucker to glorify my lifestyle. Like I like to move in the shadows, man. I play the dark. You know what I mean? And I don't want this limelight for the line of work I'm in. I don't need it. So I'm like, you can have this shit. You know what I mean? I can see the look on his face that he like, damn, that's supposed to be me type shit.
We was cool. So, all of us had bodies on the same unit. You know what I mean? We was on the same unit. And me and Pop was kicking it one day. And Wayne came back from court. And Pop was telling me about Alpo. And he was telling me Poe was looking for some help. You know what I mean? And he gave me a spiel like, man, but you got to do everything he say do. I'm like, man, you tell Poe, suck my, I'm not doing shit he say do. Him. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know him. I don't him. You know what I mean? So he hollered at Wayne, like, yeah, this my man, Wayne, let me holler at you. This Sean. So that's how me and Wayne met. We got cool because we knew the same people. So then both of us got out. So when we got out, we ended up seeing each other and we got, we was all right.
What you mean you was all right?
We was all right. It was a mutual level of respect there. We was cool. I wouldn't say that was my man's man, but we was cool.
He didn't like you?
Yeah, I don't know if he did, if he didn't, but he never expressed that to me. You know what I mean? I don't think he would have.
It was a female that he was dealing with that we was cool. Me and this particular female, and the female told him that she wasn't going to sever ties with me as her friend, no matter who she dealt with, and he felt some kind of way about it. You know what I mean? So he started to whisper to her mother about my relationship with her, and it got back to me. So that's how I knew, you know what I mean, that Slim, man, he really didn't have my best interest at heart. He didn't fuck with me the way he portrayed it did. And from there, I had to sever ties from my, I let him know we talked. I let him know what I found out. I'm like, man, from this day forward, man, I ain't fucking with you. I ain't fucking with you. And if it ever come time, and he'll tell you. I mean, I don't know if he'll tell you now or not, but who knows? But I'm telling you, you know what I mean. But I let him know, like, if it ever came a time, man, where I felt as though, man, you was really trying to, you know what I mean, backdoor me. I'm gonna front door you. I'm gonna front door you. I'm gonna come through the basement. I'm gonna come through the attic. I'm gonna come through the side door, the windows, whatever motherfucker way I can get you. You know what I mean? And that's what it was. So that from that time, that's when, man, me and Slim kind of severed ties.
What about him might have rubbed you the wrong way? Honestly.
What about him that rubbed me the wrong way? Man, Wayne was cool. You know what I mean? Like, we wasn't the best of friends, but
what you didn't like about him? Man, stop, Sean. Just be real. Man.
I mean, sometimes a guy living his truth, Flip. You know what I mean?
Oh,
living your truth, like for real. It's like, yeah, it's gonna go somewhere because I don't want to do this but Wayne exposed a side of me about his manhood that I don't like.
The homosexual stuff?
Hey, man, you said it, not me.
Wayne Perry indulged in homosexuality.
Yeah.
How do you know that was true, though?
Because I seen it, Flip.
Nah, Sean. Nah, man.
Yeah, Flip.
No.
Yeah. Flip.
Oh.
What?
Yeah.
Yo.
Hey, Flip, I just gave you exclusive right now, bro.
On the speakers today, bro.
For real?
Yeah, for real, Flip. I put that on my dead son, bro. And this is a side of Wayne that I lost total respect for. You know what I mean? Like, because before that was side of Wayne was exposed to me, Wayne was a man's man. I had all the respect and love in the world for him.
Y'all read that As Is magazine?
Yeah.
When the girl Tawala put the letter in there, right?
Yeah, it's right. Yeah, I see that.
And in the letter, she exposed, that he still had love for Ray. He still had love for Ray. He still was saying that he was going to protect Ray for no matter what. He wasn't going to let nobody talk bad about him, and he wasn't going to let nobody do nothing to him because this is his relative. Now, how you going to say you hate the nigga that told on you, but you love the rat that's related to you? That shit don't add up, man. And I don't respect
that. Yeah, that ain't add up to me either.
No, I don't respect that, man. A rat is a rat. I don't give a fuck if it's your father. You know what I mean? Like, if you told on nigga got to be 100 years, then he get what all other rats deserve. You can't say, man, I'm gonna protect this one because he's from me, but I'm gonna smoke that one because he told on me. Fuck no. So when I read that article, I'm like, man, this dude here ain't, you know what I mean? He's not like me. I'm like, and I don't like to do this shit, right? I don't like to say what type of dude I really am, but there's a lot of motherfuckers, man, that betray to be about that life. They really ain't. And them dudes is not like me. They don't live up to that code of honor. They not about that old murder life for real, man. These dudes ain't gonna take no bullet before they tell. They gonna love, and they gonna hug these motherfucking rats that's related to them. And I don't respect that shit, man. You dig what I'm saying? I don't respect that shit. That's why I say, man, you know, man, these dudes, man, I really feel like I'm from somewhere else, man, because a lot of these dudes ain't cut from my cloth, man. I ain't even gonna say I'm not cut from the cloth, man. You hear me right? I'm not cut from the cloth. I am that cloth, bro. Okay. Straight up, man. All these other niggas cut from my cloth, man. Cause I ain't fool. I ain't got a scratch nowhere on my arm. So you cut from my cloth for real. You dig what I'm saying? Sure. These dudes they ain't like me, bro.
Honestly, can you tell us how you saw it?
I went looking for him one day of the jail, man. You know what I mean? I come back from court. No, I came back from the visit. My bad. I come out with the visit, and I went looking for him.
That's crazy. That's why niggas be like, yo, them DC niggas ain't good. The DC niggas, they be like niggas this and that. They be taking niggas. Damn, that's why they be talking like that. That's crazy. Yo, they do be talking weird. A little bit.
A message for him, from Michael Jackson. And when I went looking for Slim, I went to his room. And you know, we kind of had that rapport where we walk in each other's rooms without knocking, you know what I mean? Because nobody's expecting nothing to be going on in the room, especially like that. So when I pulled the door and I seen what I seen, Slim, it me up to a point where it me up about him. And I lost all respect for him because you know, I'm a man's man and I don't condone that shit, don't indulge in it, don't respect it at all. So when I seen it, and I said something to his co-defendant, Big Ty. Big Ty was like, man, you ain't know Wayne like dipping that. I'm like, no, I ain't know. I don't hang with Wayne on the streets. How would I know? So when I asked him about him, I'm like, man, I'm like, what? You know what he told me? Man, stay out of my business. I'm like, all right, cool. You got that, big boy.
Wayne Perry. How you had a relation with Wayne Perry if everybody feared him?
Because I didn't. That's how. You know what I mean? Man, I don't fear no motherfucker about it, man. You know what I mean? Especially not Wayne. But
Wayne's the real Omar, Wayne's the real Omar from the wire. Don't play with Wayne, that's Omar from the wire.
I mean, for the ones that fear him, man, it is what it is. But I was never that type of motherfucker. And you know, me and Wayne we started building on a relationship way before a lot of that shit went on with them. You know what I mean? And I think I was probably doing my thing on that level before him. You know what I mean? He started really doing his thing like that. You know, because Wayne was like he was robbing at first. You know what I mean? Like Wayne wasn't fucking with that too like that back then.
Did he ever tell you how this all started? How he got into this business?
Yeah, he told me about the first murder he ever did. But he was 14 years old. He said he walked with the guy down to this little mom and pop grocery store in the neighborhood and watched him walk into the basement. And as soon as his head got at the level that he could see, you know, just nothing but the back of his head, he pulled the gun out and emptied it into the guy's head.
I was fucking with that too before Slim away a little bit. You know what I mean? So, you know, I didn't fear Wayne, so he knew that, and everybody around us knew that. So that's how, man.
That's why they be trying to say that sometimes. You know what I'm saying, Sean Branch, his stories be all over the place. They be here and there, here and there, here and there, here and there. He just be everywhere.
Slim had that relationship that way because he knew that I wasn't gonna fold and I didn't fear him.
You saw it with your own eyes, though. You said your Flip. I saw it with my own. I saw two men. I saw Wayne and another man together.
Flip, one thing I'm not gonna do, man, is say what I I haven't saw, or I'm not gonna put a bone on nobody. Like I'm not a third party spreader. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna spread and never say, oh yeah, such told me this about Wayne. Yeah. And I know some people, man, when they see that they're gonna be mad. I'm gonna ruffle some feathers, but I don't give a, you know what I mean? Like it is what it is.
Yeah, a lot of motherfuckers. I used to hear this shit a lot in the feds, right? When motherfuckers always ask me about WP, right? I'm like, y'all niggas don't have a motherfucker clue who y'all talking to, man. Like WP, like y'all for real, man. Like get the fuck out of here. I'm like, yeah, he did his thing, but man, come on, man, get the fuck out. Dude can't, man. He can't get to court with me, man.
I mean, initially he's angry at me, and then all of a sudden he's Mr. Nice Guy again. That's when he told me that he had actually done 100 homicides.
I mean, this guy, Wayne Perry, was considered the Michael Jordan of the murder game.
He can't get on the court like Michael Jordan on the court with me. That's it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A motherfucker is 5'5", can't play a lick of basketball, but I'm trying to play with Mike. That's like putting Wayne on the court with me, man. Like get the fuck out of here, man. He can't match you up, man. He don't match you up with me, man. Not at all.
Is that true? Wayne Perry, I heard he used to sleep on his praise, like he used to sleep on, he was sleeping at his houses. He used to sit in the car for like 3 days on a person.
Why they bashing him though?
Is that true? What they said about him?
I wouldn't know.
That's crazy, but why they bashing him? Why they bashing this nigga? Why they bashing Omar from the Wire? Da Wayne Perry, Mr. Wayne Perry, da.
You know what I mean? I wouldn't know if that's true or not because I didn't sleep in the cars and none of that shit with him, so or sleep on the porches with him. But I don't know. Mm-hmm. So I don't know where they got that from because I'm pretty sure Wayne wouldn't tell a motherfucker that.
But nah, realistically, nigga, the truth is the truth. So if it's the truth, then we can't say nothing.
Hey, Sean, how that the interview, right? Because it's on YouTube. How did the Fed agent try to link you with Poe and WP? Because I never could understand that because you was doing your own thing and you didn't have no ties with them too, but they try to link you with them cats. Like how did you get linked in that situation?
Dan O'Reilly.
Yeah, him. Was talking about.
He mentioned me in that same interview. Dan O'Reilly.
Don't hype yourself too much.
No, I'm not. I'm just giving you facts.
You up there right now. Let's bring you back down. Come down the stairs, man. Right now you on the 13th floor right now. Let's get down a little. Come back to the 5th with me, bro.
Okay. Fed motherfucker O'Reilly. What's his name? Dan O'Reilly or some shit, man. He try to put this scenario together as if me and Wayne conspired to commit murder, man. And if that was the case, man, if this like when he's this visit that he talked about in this interview, when he's saying this conversation took place between me and Wayne, if you had any of that conversation on any type of surveillance, audio, video, whatever the case may be, I would have been charged with conspiracy to commit murder.
And like you said, man, all these dudes that they talking about, whether it's WP and Rayful, man, like them dudes in the end didn't stand up.
Ultimately, Alpo ended up telling on a lot of people. Wayne was one of them too, right?
Yeah, I told him. I told Wayne to be careful. I told Wayne, not to trust a dude from firsthand information that I got from my peoples up top.
When you heard about that, what'd you think?
I just shook my head because I told him. Wayne chose to ignore those warnings, right? He didn't want to adhere to the signs that somebody that he's supposed to have been with and respected giving him. Like if you my man, you tell me, look, Sean, man, watch yourself around him. He ain't to be with. My antenna's going up, and I'm gonna always be alert. But Wayne wasn't in a good enough situation to back out of that situation right there and say, "Nah, I'm not with the dude no more," because Poe was bird feeding him. Wayne was happy with the situation he was in. He was getting him just enough to keep him satisfied, just enough to keep him around, and just enough to keep him protected. So Wayne wasn't trying to lead that. Wasn't nobody with Wayne. When Wayne was locked up, Wayne couldn't even get bail money, bro. And he was locked up on a low-level drug charge, they say out, man. He couldn't even get bail money. It wasn't until he got with Poe. Same situation like when Suge Knight got with Pac and got him out. Same thing. So when Suge Knight got Pac out of jail and Pac produced all these hits for Suge, That's the same situation, kind of like with Wayne. When Poe got Wayne out,
people were saying that Wayne was his own person. That I guess Poe came around and actually was helping. I guess Poe actually did put him in position. Niggas saying that Wayne didn't. Yo, that's.
He's like, oh yeah, this my man. Now, he was the only one that came to save me, so I'm gonna do whatever for him and I'm gonna protect him at all costs.
Alpo made a smart move then.
He did. He made a chess play on him. You know what I mean? He made a chess play on him. You know what I mean? But Wayne wasn't smart enough. And then, you know, you got some pawns, right? On this board, on this chessboard of life, right? That can maneuver across this board and maneuver through life and end up becoming kings, bro. Wayne wasn't that type of thinker to know how to maneuver in certain situations to grow to be a king. That's why he stayed a pawn. That's why Poe was able to use him the way he used him and end up using him as his ticket to get out of jail. Because Wayne couldn't think. He couldn't think good enough to become a king on that board.
Did Wayne ever have fly stuff like cars and stuff like that? Like
he only had what Poe gave him. He only had what Poe bought for him.
Damn.
The Versace that Wayne wore, he got it because of Wayne wasn't had no Versace, none of that shit before he went to jail. Wayne wasn't driving Benzes, Infinities, BMWs, none of this shit before he went to jail. It wasn't until Poe came in his life and changed everything for him. Now, mind you, I don't knock it, you know what I mean? Like, get what you can get, but at the same time, be smart enough to be able to know and peep certain signs and symbols on this board, in this chessboard of life, to be able to, man, protect yourself. And Wayne couldn't do it.
Alpo did a chess move.
Yeah, he did a chess move. And I give him props for that. He, you know what I mean? He knew exactly what to do with Wayne. You know what I mean? Until the time was right when he could dispose of him. He ain't need him no more. He ain't give a fuck about Wayne. He ain't love Wayne, but Wayne, in somewhere in his mind, thought that he did just because he was giving him shit. He got infatuated with the materialistic that Poe was giving him and the money they was giving him, and he thought that was his man, and he loved him for it.
So for the people saying that Poe, that Wayne was top dog, the daughter, and Alpo didn't put him in position. Maybe they didn't put him in position where he was the daughter, but you know what I'm saying? He had power, but he put him where he was supposed to be the daughter. That's different. That's different right there, GG.
Told me, said, man, come on, man. It's like you gonna get this motherfucker flip. Queen flipped the motherfucker interview before me. I'm a real nigga, man. You can't do that. Fuck you doing? I said, you know what? You got that, man.
Yeah.
Hey, man, you got that, man. I respect that, man.
You got locked up for at the time.
92?
Yeah, like the time.
I went for murder.
Not the ice cream truck.
Nah, I went for another murder in 92. I came home. I got locked up in 87. I came home in 88. Yeah, maybe a year, a couple months later, and went back in 92.
Around that time, right, that 1990, that's when all like the bodies was really dropping in DC. It was crazy around that time.
I just pray constantly for all the children. I do. God just help them because they're trying to destroy themselves.
Approximately 33-year-old black male. He's been shot 3 times, that's shot 3 times.
It's like living in a war zone. You hear gunfire every night. We're scared.
The saying in Washington these days is that D.C. doesn't stand for District of Columbia, but for Dodge City.
All of us are appalled. We're agonizing about it. We don't like the fact that we had 372 murders last year.
Washington is now the murder capital of America, and possibly the drug capital, too. The district has about 625,000 residents. Every year, it arrests about 21 drug suspects for every 1,000 residents. In New York, the number is only 12 per 1,000. In Los Angeles, it is 10 per 1,000.
Tell us like how that time was, because, you know, WP was out there. They whole team was doing their thing. And then you had, you know, other dudes, some like the 21st, the Kennedy boys was over there doing their thing out there, the Kennedy Street boys and them, they was doing their thing. Frey, they was saying, yo, Frey was coming back in the game at that time. You know what I mean? Because Frey was not, he was coming, trying to get back in the game, and he was putting pressure on old boy. So I know that the streets was crazy around that time. That's when a lot of bodies drop.
You got all the gangsters, man, that you know they serious, you know what I mean, and all of them competing for the throne, right? And it's like who gonna be the strongest, who gonna be the weakest, you know what I mean? Like, so you saying and you watching and you just like, man, I want to see who can take out who or who's stronger than who back then. So it was like you gotta be in order to, man, you know, get to that throne, man, that everybody's, you know, they fighting for. You got to be one of the motherfuckers, man, that, you know, you can't go for nothing. You can't go for nothing, and you can't play no game. So, you know, when Frey was trying to get back in the game, he was entering the game amongst some youngins, man, that was they was hungry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was just like, you know, man, if I gotta be able to, man, get to that throne, man. I gotta be able to sit on that throne. I gotta be able to be the king of DC, man. And this old niggas in the way. Old niggas is washed up right now. So you try to get back in the game, and you not gonna do the shit that them youngers gonna do. You got a team of motherfuckers that might do it, but once a motherfucker cut the head off the beast, the body gonna fall. So if you the only one, you trying to apply pressure on motherfuckers that apply pressure. And but you ain't built like that no more. You might have been built like that when you was a teenager, but you older. And you really in the way for real. So motherfuckers looking at Frey like, hey, come on, son, like you trying to get into the extortion game though. You a hustler. Why you trying to extort motherfuckers?
Niggas getting to the back.
You ain't that ain't your element. That's not your element right there. So man, come on, man. Like you getting in the way now. So motherfuckers like, hold on, man. Frey trying to do too much, man. You know what I mean? So it got ugly for him.
Yeah. Oh, how was your relationship with Tony?
What's Tony?
Tony Lewis.
I didn't meet Tony on the street. I didn't have a relationship with Tony. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Tony was different. He moved different than Ray. You know what I mean? Ray back then, Ray was my man. Tony come out of Cornell's crew.
What's your relationship with Big G, man?
Nah, he's keeping it 100 though. He's keeping it 100.
Because you know Big G is a real legend out there in DC, man. You know, I don't know about the story where he like had like two rival crews came together at a go-go. Like he really like a real respected dude in DC, man.
When it was my uncle, I was with my uncle. When it was Marlo, I was with him. But now, nigga, what the fuck you do that for? Now we short the 9. That was for Joe.
Well, we just messed up Omar somebody showing proper.
I don't have no. I know who Big G is. You know who I am, right? You know, Big G is a go-go legend.
Yeah.
It's a difference. Let's be clear about it, right? Because he's not really no street legend. He's a go-go legend, right? I give him that. But it's some things about Big G, man, that came across my desk, man, that may be, you know, put him in a category of being questioned.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Some things with he got into a situation, man, where he got shot, and he supposed to give up information on, you know, allegedly gave up information on the guys that shot him. I don't know.
Do people ever get killed by calling someone a snitch?
Yeah, if it wasn't true. One thing I'm not gonna do, man, is say what I haven't saw, or I'm not gonna put a bone on nobody.
I don't want to spread this bone or nothing on him without having the facts and support it, right?
Like, I'm not a third party spreader. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna spread and never say, oh yeah, such told me this.
But this is just what I heard. I don't know. In that regard, I kind of like not allow myself to get close to Slim because I don't want nobody to be able to say, man, Slim, you knew, I told you, you know what I mean, and you still, you know what I mean. So I don't know dude like that. You know what I mean? I know couple of my motherfucking partners, they know who he is. They've been dealing with him in that go-go shit for a minute while I was locked up. So, you know what I mean? But other than that, you know, when I do see him, it's always love. He show love and he show respect to me, you know what I mean, whenever he see me. But I still choose to not allow myself to get too close to him. You know what I mean?
A guy from Kennedy Street named Benny Lee Lawson. If they call somebody a snitch and that person wasn't no snitch, he gonna put that work in.
Fuck Marlo. Fuck this fucking war. All this beef over a couple of fucking corners.
Don't matter who did what to who at this point. Fact is, we went to war, and now there ain't no going back. I mean, shit, it's what war is, you know? Once you in it, you in it.
Demencio got killed. Now, that was your man's, you know what I'm saying? And I want to know, like,
facts.
How it really happened the way it happened. Like,
Demencio was a situation where he really disrespected himself and he disrespected other people, and that's why that happened to him. Okay. Yeah, he thought he was tougher than what he really was. But I ain't play with them Brooklyn dudes. Though. You ain't play with them? Nah. I ain't. They were cool. I had some cool ones that came up out of Brooklyn, but I just always remembered as a kid how Brooklyn used to like to rob you and all that.
Right.
How they was always known for robbing you. So that kind of like stuck with me in my time. But I met some cool getting money dudes out of Brooklyn without a doubt. Okay. Who hit him? My man that was down with Wayne Perry? Not Wayne, but the kids that was up on the Wayne. Wayne, too many people knew him as far as right there, so we got one of his little soldiers to hit him. But I was shaking his hand. I told him, I said, when you see me shaking his hand, I nod my head. You hit him right.
You never feared that one of the bullets would slip off and maybe hit you?
No, I didn't care about that. I was shaking his hand. It was enough because they walked right up on him. I mean, it wasn't no like from a distance. As I was shaking his hand, they walked right on him and put the gun right to his forehead and blasted him.
When Demencio got hit, they still was playing ball right after, like when he got hit, or they, because I heard the story, like they was playing ball when dude shook his hand, the dude hit him from behind, and then they was continue to play ball. Lou left them, like they was continue, or they just stopped. Everybody just ran out the park and they just left Demencio there.
Like I said, I was locked up when it happened, right? I didn't know. I heard that too. I heard that they was they went back to playing basketball and Lou left, Lou ran.
I was telling dude the whole time how, man, we had I had a different kind of upbringing, man, you know, than most youngest. You know what I mean? The very first time I went to New York was with Lou Hobbs at Demencio. You know what I mean? I was explaining to him, like I said, how you took me under your wing, man, and you showed me a lot, man. I learned a lot, man, messing with you at Demencio.
Yo, that shit go without saying. You our little bro, yo. Yeah. And nothing changed. Just shit, wait till we get out there and tackle this motherfucking dope.
The situation that happened with Demencio, did you know it came from that direction back in the days, or you learned about it later on?
Nah, I'm glad you brought that up, right? Because when Demencio got killed, I was locked up, and I had heard bits and pieces of what happened. I didn't know that the hit came from Poe. If it came from Poe, you know what I mean. I just heard that Wayne. I just kept hearing Wayne name.
I heard like he came to the park, and before that, you know, because I was watching the documentary, you know, the way the shit went down, it should have never went down the way it did, man. It was some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Behind that, you know what I mean?
I was locked up at the time, man. I was over to jail at the time when it happened, and I was on my way home. Actually, I was on my way home and shit. I had probably came home probably maybe 3 weeks, maybe a month after that, right? And what I had got when it first happened, that was about a bribe. It was about Poe's wife or some shit. Demencio disrespected his wife and told his wife, "Fuck you, go tell your man." I said, "Fuck him too, bitch." Some type of shit. But you know, everything that I heard about this dude, what's that nigga name? Alberto Martinez. Alberto. Everything I heard about Alberto, you know, Alberta, I'm gonna call him. You know what I mean? It was a whole lot of fuckboy shit. But he always, man, you know, wanna do something to a motherfucker about a female, man. You know what I mean? Like if the female chooses another nigga, she ain't really with you. She don't give a fuck about you. If she chooses somebody else, what you mad at her for? I mean, what you mad at the man for? Be mad at her. You know what I mean? So every motherfucker dude that he had an issue with up here in DC was about a fucking broad, man. About a fucking female, man. This dude is a real definition of a tender dick motherfucker. Somebody said it and I'm like, I couldn't agree with it better.
Yeah.
Like, for
Hey,
real,
yo,
man.
John, your man is, we said the same shit.
So in that interview that you spoke about with the FBI detective Dan O'Reilly, when he spoke about when I went to go see Wayne when he was up in Marlboro, when I went up there and asked him about that situation with Demencio. And he threw some names out there. You know what I mean? What the detective said in the interview that me and Wayne discussed on a visit, that was false. That conversation never happened. You know what I mean? But we talked about D. And he threw some names out there about D, what happened to D. And you know what I mean, I did my own investigating. You know what I mean, to see what I could find. And yeah.
Hey Lou, tell me again, man, how when Moms made me them pancakes and Demencio was mad as on the what, she ain't make him nothing. You gonna come on my house? Stay with me. Hell no. You come over here. Yes, hey, listen. When your girl grabbed that Mac off the dresser, man, and ran out that door behind you, bro. I'm like, Shorty, gangster is shit. And we were young. That's how we were doing. You think that's how they do it down here? You looked at me like, what the fuck? Oh, my God. Yeah, man, I miss the days, man. That's how they do it, man, boy.
So I talk to Lou. I mean, I still talk to Lou to this day, right? And I never asked him that. And I never asked him that question for real because I fucks with Lou so tough. Right? I fucks with Lou like a brother, man.
Yeah.
As well as I fucks with Demencio. And
Yeah.
For real, I don't think I want to hear the answer to that question from Lou.
I feel you.
You know what I mean? Because if he did run, that's gonna make me look at Lou a totally different light, man. I kind of like, I don't want to know for real.
Yeah.
I heard that shit. I'm like, I don't want to ask you that question because, man, if he told me he randomly left him, why would you leave him like that? Why would you do that shit, man? You ain't go to the side. You ain't try to see if you can revive him. You ain't try to, you ain't see nothing. You just left him.
Yeah. No, I feel
What the
you.
fuck? You just left. You ain't try to give him no help. What the fuck? You know what I mean? So I don't want to ask that question. I really don't want to hear the answer because I don't want to fuck me and Slim relationship up that way.
But the name that Alpo said, was it the name that you found out when you came home? The name that, because Alpo talked about it, right? He talked about it in the interview that Demencio was too big for his bridges or something like that. He thought he was bigger than what he was.
Right.
When he was asked about it. And I don't know if he said who did it, but did you find out who did it? Because I remember they were trying to blame one of Demencio's mans at the time because he was with Demencio, something like that. Something they thought that somebody did
Lou.
it.
They say Lou had something to do with it and Lou left him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna say this, right? I f with Lou from the heart. Like Lou like a brother to me. I still communicate with Lou right now to the day. And I don't want to believe that about Lou because it's gonna make me look at Lou totally different. It's gonna make me feel different about him because I love D like a brother. You know what I mean? And if you knew that this was gonna happen, or if you left him for dead the way they say you left him dead, I'm gonna feel some kind of way about that, man. So I don't want to believe that, right? So I haven't had this conversation with Lou yet.
I was telling Gully TV, man, how, you know, I was born into the game at a young age, man. I seen a lot of money young. You know what I mean? Like I was given opportunities from guys like you, Demencio, L.A. Roy.
And how Lou doing anyway, man? Because I heard, you know, you had called Lou up on a Gully joint, man.
Gully my dude, right? But I don't think he was prepared, man. I don't think, because there was a lot of things I was waiting for him to ask me. He didn't. I'm like, yeah, he wasn't really ready, man.
How Lou doing, man?
He had cancer. You know what I mean? So he was in Butner for therapy, man. He went through the chemo, all that shit. So he's the shit's supposed to be in remission or something.
Yeah.
And he wrote me. I got a letter in there from him. Right now that he wrote me, and I didn't get a chance to write him back. But
yeah.
as far as I know, he good, man. He good.
They trying to let him out. They trying to let him out, Sean, or they trying to keep him in there.
Lou went through a time in his bit, man, where he kind of was losing it a little bit. You know what I mean? He was kind of losing his marbles a little bit, man. And
yeah,
he wasn't fighting no more. So when remember Obama was giving out them pardons, he could have got it.
Yeah.
He didn't apply for the shit because he kept saying, "Nah, I'm good. My lawyer won't give him." Like, man, look, apply for this pardon, man, because Obama giving it out to violent offenders, man, and you qualify for this shit. So he didn't apply, and he lost out on it. So then now that Trump is doing it, now he want to try to get back that way, man. But one of the things he always talk about, I only want to hit his shit is he bring a Mike Tyson a lot.
Yeah, man, I need you home, man.
Yeah, I'm coming. I'll be there.
So I'm gonna give dudes a few pictures of you and Mike Tyson, man, so he can throw up on the dot, man.
Yeah, I talked to Mike. I told him Mike yesterday. Mike supposed to come see me this month, so I take a picture when he comes.
Yeah.
We got but hopefully I don't be here, but if I do, you know what I'm saying? It's good to touch you up November. Say coming this month.
One of the things he always talk about, I only want to hit his shit is he bring a Mike Tyson a lot.
I respect how Mike kept it real with you, man, throughout your bit, man.
Hell yeah. I just go to Indiana.
Yeah, I know that's your man.
The motherfucker, man, I'm flying a coop. I went to this motherfucker. The minute he said, yo, I'm coming home this day, I called Peter and told Peter, yo, Mike get ready to come home, motherfucker. I don't want nothing. I just want to get my shit done this month. Because that's the law. So he said, yo, all right. He got me in a delay with the motherfucking DEA. They recorded 9 of my calls, and then the last call, I just said, all right, bring the work. Where you at? He said, DC. I ran out of that motherfucker ain't been home since.
That's crazy.
And Teddy Riley, you know, they them as men, so and they fuck with him tough. So he always like, yeah, Teddy Riley gonna make sure we good. So when I was in the process, I was looking for, an investor, man, for the budget for the film, from turn my book into a film. He had me call Teddy Riley. Teddy Riley sold me all these dreams, man. Yeah, I'm gonna plug you in. I got you. I'm gonna look out for you. I ain't heard shit from Teddy Riley since. You know what I mean? But I knew that it wasn't gonna work out because Teddy Riley not in the film business. He in the music. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to invest, you want to help me out with a budget so I can get this shit started, get this project started. Cool, but I know that's not his field right there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he probably like, I'm not trying to take a chance on what I don't know about or what I'm not into.
What's the story though that you heard that Lou that the part that Lou might have played? Hold on, this is allegedly. First and foremost, I'm not saying anything as far as like I'm just saying we saw the documentary.
Right.
They did cut some names out, but when we talked about it with Demencio, I remember him saying that somebody was being blamed. Lou, they tried to blame Lou because Alpo, I guess, called Demencio's mom and sent flowers, and then people were saying because Lou left him.
Came home and I heard what happened. I immediately went to see Wayne. You know what I mean? I immediately went to see him, and but Slim never knew my relationship with D. You know what I mean? So when I asked him, like, man, Slim, what the fuck happened down there? Can you play one? He's like, man, he told me the little dude name did it. So, man, I ain't do that. Shawty did that. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, yeah. I'm like, damn. He said, yeah, that was Shawty. Where he said, man, yeah, Poe put a couple dollars in his hand and they saw the green light. Like, yeah, handle that. And Shawty, he jumped out there and did it. And Shawty ended up getting this motherfucker added cleaned out later.
Damn.
What's the story that you heard at that time?
The story I heard was that Wayne did it. You know what I mean? I heard later that Wayne did it because Poe wanted him out the way because Demencio was getting too big for his britches in the cities, as he put it. But so when I went to, like I said, when I went to go see Wayne, Wayne denied it. You know what I mean? He told me, man, it was somewhere else. You know what I mean? And the little dude that he told me that actually did it for Poe. It wasn't him, like it wasn't me. You know what I mean? It wasn't me, it was this other person. He did it because of Poe wanted him out the way. So like I say, man, I end up doing my own investigation and I end up, you know, man, going in for that little dude's murder. So they questioned me about that later.
So that dude died.
Yeah.
The dude that shot Demencio,
yeah,
he got killed.
Right.
And you got questioned for it.
Right.
Look at this nigga.
You know, it's a lot of dudes, man, they be asking about you on Instagram, man. They be asking to hear from you because people be like, man, you know, they don't hear too much from Lou Hobbs no more. You know what I mean? So
Nah, cause I don't be fucking with nobody. I only fuck with the family now, homie. Yeah. So they don't get no calls. The family definitely gonna know. But them dudes don't be hearing from me cause, you know, they ain't got, I told the Teddy, I told the Mike, then I call you, and I don't call much dudes, you know what I'm saying? Let's call it from a federal prison. Real street dudes, none of that. Yeah. Because I get all my information. Mike be telling me, be like, everybody up, because opportunity out there, you know what I'm saying? Right. So I be just saying, all right, I'm going to wait my turn, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I haven't had this conversation with Lou yet.
I don't want to ask that question. I really don't want to hear the answer because I don't want to fuck me and Slim relationship up that way.
You gotta definitely say free Lou Hobbs, man. Let's get Lou Hobbs home, man. You know what I mean?
Question, man. Free Lou Hobbs, man. All the other real men, man. Straight up.
You first heard about Alpo in prison, you said. Right?
No, I didn't first hear about him in prison. Pop told me about him in prison that he needed some help. But I heard about Poe through Lou and Demencio before Poe even got here.
What did they say about him?
You know, they was telling me not to fuck with him. They like, man, as a guy gonna come to your town now, Alpo, man, he hit. If you ever run across him, don't fuck with him. He's a snake, ain't to be trusted. You know what I mean? And I learned later on that the reason why they said that is because of a situation where Alpo was overhearing some Spanish guys talking in Spanish about some work, and Poe came back and double backed on him and robbed him. Poe's been his friends or whatever. I don't know.
Did you ever meet him, Alpo?
Nah, but we never got a chance to get that close, you know what I mean, to each other because and I'm pretty sure Wayne told him about me. Because whenever I came around, Poe would get on either on his motorcycle or in his car and burn rubber. He would get the away from me whenever I came around.
How you feel about Alpo running the streets right now? How you feel about that, man?
Alpo, man, they branded this dude so well, right? With this movie Paid in Full, man, and all these other interviews and all this shit, man, and they glorified him to the point, man. They kind of made this dude, you know, a celebrity in a way. You know what I mean? And a lot of youngers, man, they hear about the stories, man. You know, the money that he got, the work that he may have put in, or whatever, man. And they idolize that shit and they look past the rat shit. Some of them. You know what I mean? This is what I believe, my personal opinion. I believe they look past the rat shit because, you know, of the movie Paid in Full. But I'm struggling. I'm fighting. I'm, digging my claws in the surf to try to get a movie out about my story. And here it is. I'm getting all this resistance. You know what I mean? But they put these stories out about these rats. They kind of put them on a level now of a celebrity. You know what I'm saying? And but the street dudes, man, that from that era and time, man, they're still walking around. If they are embracing this dude, man, then they got their principles got to be checked too. Because man, if you come out that era and you say you was about that business and you lived your life according to certain rules and ethic codes and things of that nature, man, and you still see this dude and you ain't trying to, a lot of them old dudes from that era, they ain't trying to do nothing because them niggas ain't trying to go to jail. Niggas too old to go to jail, man. You know what I mean? Them niggas not trying to do no motherfucker bit. You know what I mean? So they say, fuck it, man. Like, leave that shit to the younger generation to handle. And the younger generation ain't gonna do it because they're like, fuck that. This nigga, this y'all situation.
Right?
Y'all situation. I'm not doing that shit for y'all niggas. Fuck that. So that's why these niggas able to walk around the streets of Harlem that way, because the older niggas that come out with that early time, the niggas ain't trying to do nothing, man. They ain't trying to do nothing. And if Alpo hear them niggas try to do something, he probably would get something done to them. Who knows? Wayne still got a lot of love in the city, you know what I'm saying? And Tank got a lot of love in the city still, you know what I mean? Gary got a lot of love in the city, you know what I mean? So it's like he would never know where it's gonna come from. He would never know. So if he was to try to, put his footprints on in his pavement again in Washington, and motherfuckers in the streets here that he here, they gonna start looking for him. They gonna look for him, man. They gonna look for him, man. They gonna till they find his ass, man. They gonna put his ass in the dirt.
There was a story about him getting attacked in DC. Why did they attack him? Were they hating on him?
I'm not sure. I know it's a couple incidents I heard about that Poe got attacked, dudes try to get at him.
I got shot because they was trying to kidnap me in D.C. I wound up getting hit that day.
You wound up getting hit?
Yeah, I wound up getting hit in my ribs. The only thing that saved me, like I said, the only thing that saved me that day, because I was going to get this girl, the only thing that saved me that day was that as I'm talking to this dude, he looks over my shoulder. And when he looked over my shoulder, I followed his eyes. And when I followed his eyes, I seen about 4 dudes coming to try to grab me.
Okay.
And I start running. Next thing I know, I feel bullets and all that coming past my head and hitting off the wall and all that. And one caught me in the ribs.
That's when you figured, hey, put Wayne Perry in effect.
Yeah.
One dude was Jawbreaker, try to get at Poe, and Titus try to get at him. So them are the only 2 incidents I heard about when somebody really tried to get at Poe.
Poe, was he flashy in DC as he was in New York? Was he a flashy guy?
I mean, I don't know how he was in New York, right? But he Poe would come through. He got the big boy whips. He got the cars that, other hustlers in DC, they recognize as, oh damn, let's drop the bag on that. He got the NXX, the Acura, the Mercedes SL convertible. You know what I mean? He got his little man, Big Head Gary, the same car. So they, they flexing around the city. You know what I mean? So motherfuckers recognized him and knew that he was getting money. You know what I mean? So he was kind of flashy. You know what I mean? He had his jewelry on and go to clubs and do his thing. But you know what I mean? That was him.
Oh, the Nada. Your boy Teflon gets his input. That shit's crazy. What he said about Wayne Perry and all that shit, but you know what I'm saying, legitimately, if it's the truth, it's the truth, you know what I'm saying, logically, so we gotta stay more aware than ever, you heard, we put God first, actually I did, God simply worked, we're in the elevator, who's elevated, God's elevated, God chose you, because he knew he could trust you, God's best kept secret, if you mark it, we gonna spark it, if you ping it, we gonna stink it, if you drop the load, we gonna flock this load, you heard, if you tag it, we bring it static, you gotta stay more aware than ever. I rock with the King X, So, you know what I'm saying? Life's what you make it, Remember, life got meaning. Live like it, Life got plenty meaning to it, So live like it,